Hey guys, welcome to Peripheral, and today we are taking a look at the Tomee PlayStation 3 wired controller. And Tomee is a company that does a lot of controllers like this, where they give a cheaper alternative to the existing controller, both for retro stuff like the NES and Super Nintendo, as well as modern stuff like the PlayStation 3, 4, whatever. I don't know if there's any PS4 stuff out yet, but usually Tomee makes a third-party variation, which is very similar to the actual model. As you can see, this looks basically like a DualShock PlayStation 3 controller. You cannot feel it, however, but when I say cheap, not only is it an inexpensive alternative, it's genuinely cheaply made. Tomees are sort of average at best and very plastic toy-like at worst, and this falls very much into the plastic toy-like category. You can, when it's in your hands, you can feel it's just I don't even know. It's kind of like holding one of those plastic containers for candy. That's the kind of plastic it feels like this is made out of. Over on the right here, we see that it's slightly different designed than the typical PS3, obviously to avoid PS3 telling them to step off with that. But everything else is pretty much exactly the same. Tomee logo right here, and then the home button. Obviously, this one is a wired controller, so it's a great deal less expensive than the wireless versions of third-party controllers for the PS3. But, I mean, if you're going to cheap out, you might as well go ahead and get the cheap wired controller. That way you will be lassoed to your system. And that's really all there is to say. It's just a cheap, plasticky little version of the PS3 controller. I recently got a PS3. Well, not personally, but I got a broken one, which Chuck, my father, fixed. And he needed a PS3 controller, so I got him the cheapest one I could find, and this is the end result of going for the cheapest route possible with controllers. You get what is basically a McDonald's toy version of a PS3 controller. And that's it. I don't recommend this. I'd say just hawk up the $25 to $30 for a used PlayStation 3 controller from a good vendor, and this is not Tomee's finest work. Alright guys, later days.